Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the social network analysis. This is in this fifth unit. So, what is meant by a social network? So, social network is a heterogeneous and multi-relational data that represent by a graph, and which is very large and containing the nodes which represents to the objects and the edges that represents the link that is there represents the relationship or the interactions between the objects. So we have both the nodes as well as links having the attributes, and even the objects may be having the class labels, and the links may have the one directional, and it is not required to be a bidirectional links. So whenever you take the example like a Facebook, you may send a friend request to the number of people, and these people may have already number of friends which you may linked with that particular people, and there are certain nodes where you may represent them as the direct friend, or it may have certain links, and these may have been either the two-way communication. There are certain links where you have only one directional and not the bidirectional, where you may have the similar like common friends. So common friends is nothing but you have the friends and this friends to your friends also, but there are certain people where the friends may existing for only your friends and not to you, then it becomes only one directional but not on the bidirectional form. So the real time examples of social network is you can see in the internet pages that are being part of the internet, then biochemical path network, then the state electric power grid, then science co-author network. Then what are the characteristics of social networks? So it will follow the densification power law. So this law will states that network become increasingly dense over time. So as the network increases, as the time increases, even the network also get increases. So as the network increases, the diameter of that particular neighboring may get decreases. So we in the shrinking diameter, it will say that the decreasing of the network grows. So the diameter often decreases. So as the node to node communication does, the diameter of that particular node to node may get the decreasing of that particular neighboring or the distance between decreases as the network grows, and the nodes of out degree, which represents the number of outlinks from one particular node, and in links, that is in degree, represents the in links that are coming to one particular node, may have the heavy tailed distribution. And coming to the forest fire model, in the forest fire model, for a graph generation was proposed, which incorporates these characteristics of graph evaluation over time. As you know that whenever the forest area gets fire, it is increasingly at the very few span of time, it rapidly increases and spreads to all over the forest. Similarly, this particular social network also can be taken as a Firefox model, where it can be generated from one particular node, may be connected to this number of nodes which may have the several links which you cannot imagine. So is in no span of time it becomes dense over a period of time. Then you have the link mining. So the link mining is mining by using the link analysis or the hypertext or web mining or graph mining, the relational learning, inductive logical programming or social network. So how do you are going to, this will be of how we are going to use the descriptive and the predictive modeling. So here we have the link mining task. So there are number of tasks related to the link mining. So it is based on the object classification. So in this, it will predict the category of objects that based not only based on the attributes but also on its links and the attributes of the linked objects. So generally we can take an example of web page classification. Then object type prediction. The type of the object which can be predicted based on the attributes, it links and the attributes of the object linked. So the communication domain is used to predict whether the communication contact by the email, phone call or any. So we can take the general communication as either using the mail, phone or using the letter. So the each communication will take a link and we are going to predict on which type of that particular link has been established. So link type prediction will say about the link. So on type of the particular link and the purpose of it and also the properties of that particular object. So generally we can see the advisor and advisory relationship between the co-authors. Then predicting the link existence. So whether the link existing between the two objects or more, we are going to predict the link existence. So here the link between the two web pages or the papers or any other links that have been connected in the multimedia. Then link cardinality estimation. Here we are going to take the number of objects that are or links that are coming or reaching that particular path or outgoing to that particular path. So here we are going to estimate the out degree as well as in degree of that particular nodes. Then object reconciliation, we are going to predict about two objects, that is whether they are same based on the attributes and the links. Then coming to the group detection, so we are going to detect the particular group based on the cluster. So cluster we are going to take the similar domain either based on similar domain or based on the similar type of links or based on the similar type of data or based on the similar type of data type. So based upon the several characteristics of that particular object, we may even group them into a form of a cluster. Then subgraph detections. So to in it's find the characteristics of subgraph within the network. So the discovery can be done subgraph. So generally we can see these in the protein structures on the chemistry where the graph using the graph mining we are going to represent them into a graph model. Then metadata mining. So we are going to collect about data and also we are going to provide the semi-structured data or the unstructured data in form of either in a form of a text or form of a multimedia data or in the web data into a databases. So we can mine the social network based on the link prediction, based on the viral marketing or the news groups. So coming to the link prediction, we are going to analyze the proximity of that particular network nodes and we are going to predict and rank them using that particular links. So if the number of links increases, we are going to base them on the form of a cluster and we based on the similar type of data, or we are going to find out the shortest path of neighbors and group them into the number of clusters, or based upon the several measures we are going to analyze that particular links. Then coming to the viral marketing. So viral marketing is something where you are going to publicity based upon the ads or based upon the mouth publicity or based upon the several other random things. where it goes viral. For example, if you take the example like the TikTok, where you are going to perform one particular video and it goes viral on the multimedia. Similarly, you can take the YouTube where the videos are being uploaded and it goes viral. The number of likes that may come to that particular, or number of views that comes to that particular uh, video, it represents the viral or the mouth publicity of particular product, where one particular product is being sold out and the viral marketing is being done by using the mouth publicity about that particular product, by the number of targeting certain communities, or it may be the products that being sold on the advertised in this media or in the web pages related to that, it may go viral. So in the news group, so we are going to give the number of ads in the news groups, or we are going to specify about the what are the product and the advantages of using, by taking the feedbacks of that particular product in being used, and it also been taken to the marketing side as a publicity. So like that, these publicities can be done using the viral marketing and the news group. Coming to the next topic, it is multi-relational data mining. So the multi-relational data mining is a method of for searching the patterns that involves the multiple tables from the relational databases. So for example, if you take the financial database, where the each table or the relation represents an entity or a relationship, and it is described by a set of attributes. So the links between the relations shows the relationship between them, and we are going to apply the traditional data mining methods, and we are going to convert them using the relational data into the single flat relations using the joins or aggregations. So the traditional data mining methods is also called as proponization. So we are going to see about the inductive logical programming, where we are going to predict a class label based on the tuples that are existing in the database based on the certain background knowledge. So it is always a good classification, and it gives more accuracy, but the advantage is it is not scalable. So whenever you take a larger database, it is cannot compute that particular effectively for rather than for the small databases. So the number of joins or aggregation increases, the effectiveness of the computation may get decreased. So here is an example where you can see in the database the all the relations that may exist in that all the tables having that particular relation, and the having each table having the number of attributes and the primary keys, where you can represent in this form similar to the traditional databases. Then coming to tuple id propagation, so it is used to virtually join the different relationship by attaching the IDs of the target tuples, but not non-target relations. So it is much less costly than the physical joins in both time and space. So generally we are going to apply the virtual joins rather than the physical joins. So it becomes the cost less effectiveness, and easily we can get the data that we can retrieve, want to retrieve. Then coming to the multi-relational clustering with user guidance. So we are going to mul- is a it is a process of the partitioning data objects into the set of clusters based on the similarity, utilizing information in multiple relations. So we are going to cluster based on the partitioning data, that is number of clusters we are going to form based on the similarity that is existing and also the information of a multiple relation. So we are going to use the cross-mine or cross-Q methods for multi-relational classification or multi-relation clustering method. So both we are going to use the tuple ID propagation, which avoids the physical joins, and even the cross glue also avoids the constraints on the search space. So where the large data is stored in the complex form, either in the form of a structured, unstructured, or in the form of a multimedia. So even we have the complex type data having the spatial data, multimedia data, text data, object data. So we can easily mine that particular data using this multi-relational model. So multi-dimensional analysis and the descriptive mining of cloud complex data objects. So whenever you say multi-dimensional analysis, so we define them into number of hierarchies of a class or these complex structures where the large set of data are represented into classes. We are represent or we can organize them into number of hierarchies, and the object in the class is associated with the identifier and set of attributes, and we have the particular class of composition of hierarchies, the listed value data or the multimedia data, and we are going to put the set of methods to classify them into number of classes. So here we are going to use a multi-dimensional. So we are going to take the data related to the homogeneous or heterogeneous type, and we are going to represent in the generalized manner. So we are going to use the two major tasks. One is the OLAP, and we are going to cover the mine the data based on the specific kind of data. So we are going to create the multi-dimensional data warehouses of that particular using the OLAP warehouses, and where you are going to represent them in the form of the generalized manner, which is used for the effective and the scalable method of mining. And whenever the data is being uh, extracted, then we are going to, if at all needed, then only we are going for inner hierarchies, and other than if it is not required, we are going to attain that particular generalized manner, and we are going to use that particular data, which takes the less time or less memory access for particular data to be stored, and it covers the all the mining that we are going to specify the kind of data. So generalization structure of data, and we are going to represent them in form of a generalized data and set value attributes, that is based upon the what type of data we are going to represent, that is high level concept or general behavior of that particular set. For example, if you take the set value attributes, like here we have taken the hobbies of a person like tennis, hockey, soccer, violin, and SimCity. It is being generalized to the sports, music, and computer games. So like this we can generalize them and we can use the data. And the listed value attributes all and sequence value are also generalized based upon the certain list that we are going to prepare. And here we are going to eradicate or delete certain information based upon the unrelated information. Like you can see an example of sequence data where you have the BSc electrical engineer and so on here. Here the data is unnecessary for the extracting for the month basis, because the course that is being taken is not based on the one particular year. So here year based we can take, rather than going for monthly wise. So here we can generalize or we can remove that particular month attributes. Then complex structured attributes. It contains the set of tuples, lists, trees, records and their combinations, where one structure may be nested to another level, and we can generalize by maintaining the shape of the structure or the flattening of the structures or the generalized flattening structure, that is the tables, and the summarization to the low level structures by taking the aggregations or the join operations in the data and returning the type over the structure. So in the relational table we are going to take the which are the tables which are related to one concept, and we are going to take them into the one particular structure format. Then aggregation and approximation of the spatial and the multimedia data generalization. Here the spatial data related to the area that is existing in the business, residential or the industrial or the agriculture area, which can be merged into spatial union or the spatial clustering methods. We are not only merging the regions of the similar types but also similar to the classes that we are going to take, that is total area or the average density or the aggregation functions that are scattered regions that we are taking. So we are going to represent them by the what is the area that is related to the residential, what is the area related to the business, how the areas are having, how much density of data is there, how much population is existing in the business areas, how much is the population. So like this we are going to scatter that particular region based upon several factors. So you can take an example here. So we have a different piece of lands use various purposes as agriculture uses, such as planting of vegetables, grains and fruits, and these pieces are merged into aggregate into one large piece of spatial merge, so into highways, houses and small stores, and we are going to them cover them into the spatial region of related to the region that related of a residential region or a agriculture area, like that we can generalize. So using the operations like spatial union or spatial overlapping or spatial intersection. Then coming to the multimedia databases, so we are going to take the complex text data, graphics, images, videos, and all other forms and generalized in the form of the essential features or the general patterns that are existing in the multimedia. And generalizing the object identifiers or the class label hierarchies. So we are going to represent in the form of a subclass or a superclass, where we are going to identify the all the subclasses and generalized by climbing up and putting them into the lower hierarchy, and we are going to put the superclasses which can be easily generalized to a level where you are going to take, suppose if you have an example of mango, apple, grapes, and watermelon. All these criteria, if you take the individual fruit values, which can be superclass to particular fruits. So, like that, you can take them into the superclass and the subclass hierarchies. And generalization of class composition hierarchies. So, into a generalization of set of nested structures. And here we can see the attributes vehicle owned by the object class of a student refer to another class. So in the number of hierarchies, that is, here we can take an example of a car that is dealing with an auto dealer, that is how a particular car which is being taken by on which time by using which dealer of which particular representative. So like that we can put them into a number of hierarchy structure of that particular car purchasing. Then construction of mining of an object cube. So the cube which can be generalized to a generalized manner of a cube. So again, when you want to examine into a single value, we can examine using the mining them into or putting the attribute into a simple value data or constructing the multidimensional data cube. So generalization based on the mining of plant databases by divide and conquer. Here they have taken an example of plant database and finding the pattern of level of abstraction. So a plan consists of variable sequence of action, and plant database is a plan base of large collections of plants, and we can mine using the significant pattern or knowledge of the plant base. So here we can take an example of travel plans. So of a flight, that is with the number of departure time, arrival time of that particular airline, and based upon the airport information we are going to represent them into airport code, the city, state, region and airport size. So like that you can merge into the number of hierarchies, so in the form of a generalized manner. So if you want to go to the roll up operation, so you can get the airport size, location and airline. And if you want to if you drill down to the category and passenger, the individual categories of that particular airlines and the number of passengers that are coming into the each airline will come under that particular data. And similarly the location also, city, state and region, or if you want to drill down you can drill down to city. Like this in the three regions you can view a concept hierarchy. So you can observe the model where you are generalizing the plan, observe and derive the high level concise plans. So the number of sequence that are there, we are going to merge them into the generalized. Here we have the plain information, that is air code information, which can be represent to the airlines which are coming to the same city. So the location sequence where that particular airlines airport are being there, and we are going to use the plan base. So from which place to which place it is coming, based on the location sequence we can write. Based on the size sequence we can save the airport size that are existing. So ALB is smaller size, then larger, JFK is larger, and then smaller. Like this we can they take, and we can take in which state that particular uh, airline that particular plane is landing. So based upon the state sequence we can write, based upon the region we can write. Like that we can take, and we can take the identical action of plants where if you have the large number of L's, so you can say the sequence size sequence here number of L's are existing, so you can write L plus over here. So similarly N plus here, so the number of sequences that are occurring repeatedly, we can put the plus symbols. So like that we can reduce or generalize that particular representation. So notation plus represents the sequence of action of same type, and this indicates the action or the inside optional merging or collapsing the similar type of actions. So the pattern states of 98.5% of travel plans pattern of this pattern. So like this we are going to mine that particular information based on these patterns. So either you can represent in this format also by using the tuple relational calculus. Thank you.